Hello there. I'm going to make a little bit of a video. My name is Andrew. I go by some other names as well. They, unless it's a nickname, they kind of all start with A-N-D and R as well. Except for one of them, which is still an A-N-D name. Anyway, I'm having a rough day right now. I'm feeling exhausted. There's a lot of anger and frustration that's coming up. There's been a lot of trauma in different parts of my life and body and mind. And just as I am trying to rest, this frustration and anger is coming up. And it's difficult, so I'm exhausted and angry. I'm feeling exhaustion, I'm experiencing exhaustion and anger and frustration. I'd like to say some things about supporting others that go through this kind of stuff. I've been, or really just any terrible situation, any awful situation, especially with regards to health and well-being. I've been through many really, really atrociously awful experiences in my life, and one of them is still ongoing, and that is that I am experiencing very profound disability. I can't really take care of myself very well. I often can't shower, brush my teeth. I can't really focus on things and do any sort of physical work for more than a few minutes here and there on average. Sometimes it can be like a little bit longer if I'm doing something creative, but I really don't have the capacity to do very much of anything. I don't really watch TV, and I also can't really watch TV. It's too triggering for me. I don't like TV so much. Sometimes I watch some stuff on YouTube, but not very often. I can listen to music now, which is great. For a long time, I couldn't really even listen to music because I couldn't focus on it. I experienced schizophrenia personally, and I've had a lot of damage that's occurred to my mind and sensory systems and emotional systems, energy systems of the body. At least that's what it seems like to me, including the subtle layers of the body and the chakra systems or energy centers. My heart has been severely damaged. I can't feel emotions in my heart. My soul was cut out of my body and taken somewhere, and I'm dealing with the consequences of that, and that was awful. But I still keep going on, and I've experienced faltering a bit with determination to continue and make the best of things. And not just make the best of things, but heal and overcome the difficulty of the situation with which I'm dealing. And a lot of it has to do with mindset. It's mindset, and it's also what you can do kind of with your spirit, with your heart, if you have access to your heart, with your soul, just making a choice to change things for the better if something's really awful. It can be easy to fall into a victim mindset where, everything's against me, or this is against me, or that's against me, and it's not fair that this has happened. And you know what? You might be right about that. There might be something that's happened in your life that is really unfair and is really awful. And for me, I've experienced numerous things that have been, in my opinion, really unfair. I know that there are some in sort of spiritual New Age communities that would say, well, it's all because of something you did, or how you're feeling, or how you're thinking, or your energies. And, it may be due to someone's energies in some ways, but it's not necessarily our fault. If we were fully conscious and fully aware of the situations that we were living and experiencing, and we knew the sciences of everything when we were born, and we knew how to manage ourselves perfectly, then if a problem happened, it might be our fault. But we are born without knowledge, most of us, We are born without awareness. We are born without capacities of spiritual mastery. And it's just something that's the truth. So one thing is, be easy on yourselves. If you're experiencing disability, if you're experiencing profound disease, if you're experiencing limitations, if you're experiencing pain and suffering, I've experienced so much pain and so many different types of pain. I mean, I've had quite a variety of pain in my life and quite a variety of suffering, and it's all pretty much awful. But just find something within yourself to keep going. There are resources available to help one to kind of overcome really difficult situations, and a lot of it does have to do with mindset. I'm going to figure something out. I'm going to get through this. Better days are coming. This too shall pass. Trying to cultivate that sort of grace, that sort of faith, that sort of trust in life to change for the better is a really powerful way of dealing with really difficult situations. I know it can be hard sometimes. Sometimes there's no mental or emotional space for me, and it may be so for others, to actually make a change, to make that mental shift. I experience that a lot now, where I don't really have the inner capacity to move mentally and emotionally. And so what I'm having to do is just sort of sit back and allow things to happen. And I'm somebody who's interested in wisdom and learning wisdom, developing wisdom. I'm not sure if the necessary wisdom exists to have a healthy, happy, and free life where I'm prospering and allowing everybody else to prosper, and even supporting others in prospering and thriving. But I do think that this can be cultivated, and I'm willing to try to cultivate it. So, try to be soft about things. Try to be gentle about things sometimes. I've found that anger can actually work for one's benefit. Sometimes anger can be used to break down a psychological pattern or an energy pattern that's existing within their systems, their life somehow. And getting angry about it in the right way can break down these patterns. It's like using that fuel to or using that situation to create a change, to say, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna make a change happen. I'm gonna put everything into it. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make a change happen. And just sort of getting fierce. I mean, that's the word I like to use. Getting fierce about it, getting angry, getting fierce about it is okay. In American society, or in U.S. society, excuse me for just saying American society, in U.S. society, it's deemed largely unacceptable to get angry. I think that's utter nonsense. I think getting angry sometimes is actually a really helpful thing to do. It doesn't mean get angry at somebody and lash out and cause them harm or anything like that, but it does mean feel the anger and feel the emotions, think whatever thoughts are going to come with the anger, try to observe them maybe, and become aware of what kind of thoughts you're having if you're angry. Some of the thoughts may be illogical, some of the thoughts may be irrational. Become aware of them. Try to ask yourself, are these rational, logical thoughts, or am I just too angry right now? But feeling the anger, accepting the anger, letting your body change, letting your mind change, letting them go through whatever processes they need to release the energy of the situation, to release the beliefs about the situation. If there are beliefs that are causing you to be stuck, I mean, there could be deeply ingrained beliefs about the self, about who and what you are. And I know for me, I've had a lot of that, had a lot of insecurities in my life, a lot of really harmful insecurities that maybe from when I was a child, maybe from before I was even born, that I started developing these insecurities for some reason or another. Could be from a past life, could be passed down generationally in the genetics of my body. There could be things that are totally not my fault, and that are something that I was a victim of, and that could just be the truth. And if I had conscious choice to change these things, I would certainly change them, and I'm working to do that. But be easy on yourself. Be easy on life if you can. Be easy on life. Try to find something in life that you like and enjoy in a healthy way. Try to find natural beauty somewhere. Maybe it's art, maybe it's some form of culture, maybe you really like learning languages. I like learning languages. I can't really do it very much right now. I'm limited in doing that, but I still like doing it, and it might be nice for me, it might be helpful for me to think about when I can actually learn languages again. Personally, I'm committed to my well-being. I'm committed to healing from the condition schizophrenia and the injuries that have occurred to me. I'm using tools that I can, like meditation, to help with it. I know someone named Dr. Joe Dispenza. That's Joe Dispenza, Dispenza. He has a really amazing program that's available online, and he does retreats, or something like retreats, intensive workshops and stuff like that, in person, multiple times a year, I think, on the average year, to help people to transform and heal from many different conditions, and also create the lives that they want to. And he teaches basically energy management and mind management, emotional management, for beneficial purposes. He's got some books out. I'm about to hopefully get another book soon. I am homeless, and I do not have any money really at all. I might be getting general assistance pretty soon if I am qualified for general assistance, but it got canceled recently when I got sent to the hospital, to the psychiatric hospital for almost a couple of months, and I had to reapply, and it was a bit of a pain, but not really a pain. Some of it was a pain. It was actually a little bit of a pain, but I got through it, and hopefully I'll get some money every month for that I can spend on things beyond just food, because sometimes food is not enough in this society, especially if you're trying to get your life put together. But once again, hardships can exist for long periods of time. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work might be able to help you get out of that. I know Louise Hay, that's Louise, Louise, I believe, Hay, Hay. She's got some wonderful stuff on YouTube and on the internet. She created, when she was alive in human form, what's called Hay House, which is a publishing company. I'm sure she's got some books, or at least probably some recommendations somewhere on the internet for books that were really helpful for her. I know she went through a lot herself, and overcame a whole lot, and became a very successful and productive person, and I think lived a very wonderful life. And Dr. Joe Dispenza kind of went through his problems too, and overcame them. And there are a lot of testimonials online, on YouTube at least, for Dr. Joe Dispenza's students, or those who follow his programs. And a lot of them are inspiring and amazing, and they can create hope. I mean, that's a really good way of finding a way to create some hope if you need to. And changing your mindset a bit, shifting a little bit. Right now, something that I'm working on, I know I just sort of cut myself off there, but I'll continue with this line of thought. The thought came to me, and my mind is a bit disorganized. I mean, I do experience disorganizational schizophrenia sometimes, and there's been a lot of damage to my mind. But so yeah, where was I with that statement? I was going to talk about I can't remember at all. I was talking about Joe Dispenza's work, and then something about something that I might be doing. I don't really know. Anyhow. Well, keep at it. Keep at it. If the thought returns to me, I'll let you know what I was thinking about. But keep at it. I mean, it's life can be wonderful. I'll let you know that I have had experiences in my life, some of them kind of random, when I was choosing to learn about life, when I was choosing to try to develop wisdom, when I was choosing to learn about the fundamentals of life, which I still don't know well enough. I mean, many people in the spiritual communities, they believe things, but they don't necessarily know them. And okay, back to Joe Dispenza. He teaches a process where people are able to learn something and apply it, and it seems like they have success with it. For me, I haven't had the success that I want. I've had some pretty outstanding experiences, but I haven't had the success that I want or really need for myself to be stable in the way that I want and in command of my life, in charge of my life, able to manage my life in the way that I want. But there are, at least for me, there were possibilities for experiences that were truly wonderful, powerful experiences, beneficial, positive, good experiences. I prefer not to say positive too much in reference to positive and negative, but good experiences, amazing experiences that kind of came out of seemingly nowhere. Some of it had to do with work that I was doing, spiritual work that I was doing, work with my mind, work with energies, work with others or who seemed to be others in my mental space, dealing with schizophrenia, doing a lot of spiritual service work to try and help existence to improve to the degree that we can all be safe and prosperous and free, and where life is being managed in a way, existence is being managed in a way where there are no mistakes, and there is total safety existentially, so that beings don't have to go through experiences like I've gone through in my life, and others who may have had really awful experiences don't ever have to experience those things again. But back to the main statement, there are experiences that I've had that I believe others might be able to have too, that are beyond what they've believed possible for themselves and beyond anything that they've been aware of. I experienced love once. I had been giving to somebody I know, and I had been cultivating an attitude of giving towards them and doing what I could to really show that and express that to them, express care and love to them. I didn't really say it, but I was giving to them, I was giving to them, I was giving to them, I was cultivating the giving. I was just focused on caring for them and in the best way that I could. And all of a sudden something loosened up in my heart. There was a blockage in my heart, is the way I experienced it. It loosened up, it cleared out, and all of a sudden my heart was just filled with love, with this pure, powerful, amazing love. And it was, I believe, if I can remember correctly, which I'm having a difficult time remembering, it was love for them, but it was also just love. There was a lot of love, a whole lot of love, and it changed my energy signature for a significant period of time. So much so that it was noticeable to others. I had issue with it in some ways because of the trauma that my body and mind had experienced for such a long time. It happened, the love was great, but it disrupted things in my body and mind in a way that was kind of difficult to deal with and stressful and strainful, or straining. But I do believe that the love was actually the good part of it. It's just that I couldn't manage that much new loving energy all at once. But it was such a powerful experience of love. And it lasted, the powerful part of the experience lasted probably for a couple of hours, maybe an hour and a half. And I think it was enough to wake me up to the idea that there can be more to life. And I've heard of Dr. Joe Dispenza's students, and probably even Dr. Joe himself, cultivating maybe even a love that is similar to this, where the heart just opens up and they experience this kind of love. and it's powerful, it's transformative, it's healing for many people. It's absolutely amazing, and it can be done even deliberately. It can be cultivated even deliberately. I'm working to cultivate this type of love in my life. I'm working to cultivate loving wisdom and wisdom's love. I believe love without wisdom can lead to some problems sometimes. I think there's discernment that's required with love. And I think that true wisdom is discerning and discerned. But, that's something to explore and develop and even create with duration of experience and with duration of existence. Some would say with time. But back to the original point again, new experiences can be had. I mean, I once had an experience of seeing, maybe even knowing, that the end result of the universe, or maybe the way in which the universe shall progress, this universe, is to a state of perfection. And that is the only possibility. That is the only true possibility, is that the universe progresses to a state of perfection. And for me, the state of perfection includes the adequate wisdom and the adequate knowledge and capacities to generate the safety that I personally require in life and existence, to be fundamental to everything and to be expressed throughout everything, to keep all life safe. And I had experienced it's not necessarily a destination, but the state, the quality that this universe might be headed towards or might be evolving towards is a state of perfection. And I felt that perfection. I experienced that perfection at a different experience. I experienced existence as being, or the universe as being perfect, just as it was. Like I witnessed the perfection of everything. Right now, I'd say, well, maybe I witnessed something that's like an element, an essence of perfection, but I don't think that everything in the universe is actually perfect. I think there are flaws, or if they're not flaws, there are areas that have not been developed well enough, and that could include the sciences. But this is mostly supposed to be about people's ability to overcome really difficult situations. I mean, if you can believe for yourself that wonderful experiences that are even unknown and different and unique can happen, you can cultivate a mindset that might allow that to happen. I try to allow nature, what I consider nature to be, and I consider nature to be a beneficial and benevolent phenomenon. I consider what is natural to be benevolent and good, and that is my perception of it. There can and probably does exist that which is not good, that interacts with nature, or that others might consider to be natural. But I try to organize things in my mind as, okay, there's this part of nature at least that's good, that's beneficial, that's benevolent, that's wonderful. And I try to allow myself to be open to this beneficial, if not benevolent, because it might be conscious. There might be conscious beings, lives involved in nature. I try to be open to being influenced by them and allowing myself to be changed, allowing my body to be changed, my mind to be changed, my beliefs to be changed, my perceptions to be changed, the emotions of my being to be changed, different parts of me to be changed for the better. And that's the intention. I meditate as well as I can. I open up, I relax, I let go. I try to say, everything that's not for my best interest and for the best interest of all, I choose to let go of, I choose to release, I choose to learn about if I need to learn about it first. But I'm committed to doing some sort of work to helping myself and to helping others. And right now, I've been feeling exhausted, and part of that work is actually to rest. So it's not so much active work, but it's passive work, which is still kind of a type of work when you're trying to accomplish a goal through that activity. And the activity is rest and sleep. But meditation is something that I do. I would recommend checking out Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations. He's got some available online um, that are for purchase. There's also some on YouTube. I think, I don't know if they're legitimately sanctioned by Joe Dispenza's organization, but they're available. I don't know. There's probably a lot more that I'd like to say, but I don't really know how to say it right now. Try to cultivate some faith. Look at something that seems good, that seems beneficial, that seems positive, that seems like it's got integrity to it in terms of just something beneficial, something good at all. And focus on that and see if you can notice anything else that's good or beneficial in life and existence. And focus on those wonderful things and let yourself know that there could be possibilities and potentials for things like that are just as good, if not better, that exist, that could become real. And there could actually be other things existing already that are just as good. And try to focus on that which is good, even if it's hard, even if it's seemingly impossible. And try to listen to others sometimes. It can be hard to listen to others when there's too much pain and trauma. There can be too much fear. There can be too much distrust. And right now I'm dealing with a lot of distrust, a whole lot of distrust because of the traumas that I've been through recently. I mean, I was attacked spiritually. I don't know if it was real, it was part of schizophrenia, but it was the worst of the worst of the worst. And I experienced some of the most awful and horrific pain I've ever experienced, and some of the worst things that have ever happened to me have happened to me. My mind was severely damaged, my body was severely damaged, and now I'm left in a situation where I don't trust life, and I don't really trust individuals. I don't really trust others anymore, and I didn't really trust a whole lot to begin with, and now I trust even less. But I'm doing what I can to somehow come to a place where I can begin to trust again, and part of that trust is going to have to be earned or deserved by others, and it's going to be a process. And part of the wisdom that I might have, if I have any wisdom right now, is to be patient and cultivate patience. This too shall pass, this too can pass, things can change. I may be able to affect change in a way that is beneficial, that cultivates a desired outcome, a desired creation, a desired effect somewhere in life and existence, including for myself. And try to be patient, meditate, be patient, let go, become aware. Try to observe the self, observe the mind, observe the identity, and let go of thoughts and feelings that don't feel so good. And I would recommend trying to cultivate wisdom. I'd like to say more. I'd like to really inspire hope in some of you, but I will say, I've experienced really horrific things even recently within the last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and in some way, I'm a whole lot better off than I was. Changes did occur, and I don't know if I'm getting spiritual help or not from the unseen, but I'm doing something about it, and I'm doing a great job, even if it's really, really hard to sometimes. And I do suffer still, but right now I'm pretty calm, and I like doing these kinds of videos. I like doing this kind of stuff. I want to help others. And there have been parts of my life that have improved significantly. And so for you, I would suggest that can happen too, even if there's a major struggle, a major challenge, a major problem in your life. These challenges and problems generally pass, and something new and different comes. And if you're able to check out Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, or work of those that are doing things like Dr. Joe Dispenza, he can actually maybe even teach you of how to create the changes that you want to create to resolve the problems that you're having and leave them in the past. So I think I will end this for now. I'd like to speak more, but I don't really have much to say specifically. So thank you for watching. I hope you are well. I hope you're better off than you started with. New possibilities may exist for you. New experiences that are wonderful can happen, even better than you've ever imagined for yourself. And just try to imagine a little bit what kind of amazing feelings and thoughts and experiences you can have. And set yourself up to try and experience some of them. And meditation is great. Once again, I would recommend checking out the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, one of the most powerful programs that I know of. And yeah, keep at it bit by bit, day by day. Keep refocusing if you need to. And much love to you. And thanks for watching.